All in the Family was a sitcom that aired on CBS from 1971 until 1979. The show revolved around Archie Bunker, who was a bigot. He was married to the polite yet ditzy Edith. They also had a daughter and son-in-law who were always trying to change Archie's racist views. The show was considered to be very controversial, and there were some issues and reservations at first. Over time, this show has gone down in TV history. If you were a fan of the show, you might think you know all there is to know about it, but you probably don't. Factsverse presents All in the Family, 10 Facts That Changed the Show. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss a single video. 3 tries. Even though there were reservations, in the beginning, All in the Family became extremely successful. Norman Lear got the idea for the series when he read about the British sitcom Till Death Do Us Part. This led him to buy the rights to the show so that he could incorporate them into the American version. Norman called the original pilot Justice for All, and he pitched it to ABC. The studio liked it, and they had money for him to shoot a second pilot to be called Those Were the Days. In the second pilot, the actors playing Gloria and Michael were replaced, and Carol O'Connor and Gene Stapleton remained in the lead roles. After the second pilot, ABC was worried about a loudmouth bigot in the leading role, so they rejected the series. This was good for CBS because they bought the rights from ABC. With the final cast set for the pilot, they changed the name to All in the Family, and the rest is history. Spin-offs. Thanks to All in the Family's incredible success, it had more spin-offs than any other show on TV. The only show with almost as many spin-offs is Happy Days. The spin-off series include Maude, Good Times, The Jeffersons, Checking In, Archie Bunker's Place, 704 Hauser, and Gloria. The spin-off with the most success was The Jeffersons. Isabel Sanford, the actress who played Louise Jefferson, wasn't interested in doing The Jeffersons. She wanted to stay on All in the Family. When the producers told her that her character would be written out of the show and she wouldn't have a job, she agreed to star in The Jeffersons. She said the show's producers made her decision easy. Getting the role. When ABC was first interested in All in the Family, they wanted Tom Bosley, Jack Warden, and Jackie Gleason for the lead role of Archie Bunker. The show's creator, Norman Lear, wanted Mickey Rooney to take the role. Mickey was deeply offended by the character and told Norman that people would shoot him dead in the streets. When Mickey refused, Carol O'Connor read for the part and he landed it. When the show was casting Gloria, Rob Reiner had already been cast as Michael. Rob's then-girlfriend, Penny Marshall, was one of the 2 actresses up for the part. The other was Sally Struthers. Sally was sure that Penny would get the part since she already had chemistry with Rob. In the end, Sally was cast as Gloria. Years later, Sally asked the producers why she was chosen for the role. They told her that Penny read for the part better, but she looked too much like Gene Stapleton, aka Edith. Since Gloria was a daddy's girl, they wanted Sally because she had a chubby face and blue eyes like Carol O'Connor. Viewer backlash. Norman Lear, the producers, and the network were all aware that All in the Family could create controversy. People, the producers, and the cast. A hairpiece. When Rob Reiner started playing Michael Meathead Stivic in All in the Family, he was just 24 years old. Despite his young age, Rob started to lose his hair very quickly. He lost his hair so fast that by the time they were halfway through the first season, Rob had to start wearing a hairpiece. Episodes without Archie. During the 3rd season, the show ran into trouble when there was a salary dispute with the lead star, Carol O'Connor. According to reports, Carol claimed that he was owed $64,000 in back pay. Also, he wanted 12 weeks of vacation out of his 24-week work schedule. While the dispute was going on, the show had to go on, so they filmed 3 episodes without Archie. They even started making plans to kill off the character if the dispute couldn't be settled. Just in case, Norman created the character Stretch Cunningham. He was a friend of Archie's who would move into the Bunker's house and be the leader of the family. When Carol returned to the show, he asked that the actor who played Stretch, James Cromwell, be written out of the show. James jokes that Carol wanted him gone because he got too many laughs. James says that getting cut from the show was good for his career. Had he continued, he worried he would have been typecast. Archie Bunker, the greatest TV character of all time. In 2013, the Writers Guild of America ranked the series the 4th best written show of all time. What people thought would be a huge disaster turned out to be one of the greatest shows in television history. The longest laugh in the show's history. The episode that got the longest laugh from the studio audience took place during Season 2. Sammy Davis Jr. was friends with Carol O'Connor in real life and asked to appear on the show. His episode was titled Sammy's Visit. In the episode, Sammy tells Archie that he isn't prejudiced. In the end, Sammy asks for a picture with Archie. Right before the picture was taken, Sammy kissed Archie on the cheek. Archie's reaction to the kiss started the longest and loudest laugh in the history of the show. Going to court. A year after Carol O'Connor's dispute with the show, Sally Struthers had an issue of her own. In 1975, Sally wanted to audition for the lead role in the film The Day of the Locust. The problem was that the producers wouldn't give her the time off from the show if she got the part. Sally was furious, so she took Tandem Productions to court. Unfortunately for Sally, her contract stated she was prevented from appearing as an actress or a celebrity in anything other than All in the Family. Sally wasn't filming the show during the dispute, but fortunately the conflict kept her out of only 2 episodes. Sally's dispute was much shorter than Carol's, so the producers weren't coming up with a game plan if Sally did end up leaving the show. She came back after 2 episodes, so the writers weren't at that point yet. Gene Stapleton. Carol O'Connor definitely stole the show as Archie Bunker, and the same can be said about Gene Stapleton for her portrayal of Edith Bunker. One thing that people loved about Edith was her horrible singing voice. What most people didn't know was that in real life, Gene was a trained singer. She had performed on many musical theater productions. When Gene was offered the role of Edith, she almost didn't take it. She was offered the role of Mrs. TV in the 1971 film Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. In the end, she decided to pass on the movie so she could take the role of Edith Bunker in All in the Family. It's a good thing she took the part because the show would not have been the same without her. Which of these facts was most surprising to you? Let us know in the comments. And be sure to subscribe to Factsverse for more great videos.